This is the 10 Minutes with Andrew podcast.
Welcome back to 10 Minutes with Andrew. Of course, Andrew, happy Easter, and I'm again joined by Mark Jancy. Welcome back to the show.
Easter. Oh, I cut you off. I thought you were done.
No.
Now I'm in trouble. We're 5 seconds in, I'm in trouble already. It's okay. I like to live dangerously. So it's Easter.
It is Easter.
Big turkey feed later today.
It was yesterday. We had ours yesterday.
We're smart, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I paid for it all night. Heartburn up the yin-yang.
Oh, yeah.
Ready to die.
I was full when I went to bed.
You didn't even hear me, did you?
No.
Not here. 3 o'clock in the morning?
No.
I heard you.
You didn't hear that.
Didn't I? Okay, you don't snore. Whatever you say.
I know I do. Well, actually, I don't know if I did good. I wouldn't know.
So how was your turkey?
Good.
Yeah? Like, scale of 1. Willie scale of 1 to 10.
10.
10 out of 10. No, it's good to hear. Good to hear. Lots of leftovers, too, if you want any.
Yeah.
We'll have turkey dinner for lunch.
Yeah.
So what are we doing today, my son? I hope it's what I think it is, because I have a few things to say, eh?
We're talking about the Leafs and the firing of General Manager Brad Treliving.
That's not it.
But before we do that, a couple things we want to get into. First thing is the Blue Jays lost yesterday.
That's
6-3 to the White Sox.
That's it.
And we happened to watch a bit of the game. I didn't watch the ending because we turned it off because we were eating, but...
Because we're a good religious family like that.
Yeah. But anyway, I was watching it, and I can tell you this. So the Blue Jays were down 1-0 when I started watching it. They weren't getting... They like you said this to me, and this is true. They have a big offense problem. So they were down 1-0. Vladdy got a 2-run homer, made it 2-1. And then, lo and behold, in the 6th or 7th inning, I don't know which one, in comes Brendan Little and immediately gives a leadoff single and then a 2-run home run to make it 3-2. Then he gives up another solo home run and it's 4-2. Then the Blue Jays had the bases loaded in the bottom half of the inning. Miles Straw scored from third, but Heineman got picked off running to third to end the inning. Not bottom half of the inning, sorry.
Heineman hasn't had fun in Chicago, let me tell you.
So then it was 4-3, and then that's when we turned it off. It was 4-3, but the final was 6-3. Thanks, the Blue Jays lose another game, thanks in part to Brendan Little.
You can't put it all on him.
But he did blow the lead, and got another blown save.
So the Blue Jays have like one of the softest schedules to start the season.
Yeah.
Oakland,
they just lost
Colorado,
the series to the Rockies.
And Chicago White Sox.
Yeah.
Should be, 8-1.
7-2 maybe.
7-2 after those series. Today, what are they, 4-4?
4-4. They've lost 3 in a row.
They swept Oakland. They lost 2 or 3 to Colorado. And they're in danger of being swept by the lowly White Sox. Good to see Vladdy get going. Hopefully that lights him up, because Jimenez, it always sounds weird when you say that, cannot carry this team.
No.
If that's their plan, they're in trouble. But there's still something else that's nagging this team.
Brendan Little.
Not Brendan Little.
Jeff Hoffman.
But the guy that decides to put Brendan Little in.
Oh, John Schneider, yeah.
He is not a good major league manager.
Nope.
He cannot manage a bullpen. He wears them out. He brings them in for the shortest durations when they could go back out for another inning.
He also takes starters out too early.
He has this... I don't understand the commitment to Brendan Little, but I think that's 3 times he's blown a game for us.
Yeah.
So we've only lost 4.
So
how much longer are we going to...
He's been responsible for 75% of our losses.
How much longer are we going to piss away games because we're bringing in Brendan Little, who has shown he cannot pitch at the major league level?
No.
And nor can John Schneider manage at the major league level.
3 letters.
It's getting warm again.
3 letters for Brendan Little. DFA.
It's going to have to be. But... was last year lightning in a bottle? I don't think so. I think when this team gets going, it's going to hit again.
Yeah.
It's very depressing right now. The opportunities with men on base and in scoring position and nothing happening.
No.
Vladdy has to get going. He has to carry this team
to
offensively.
have bases loaded with 1 out, down 2 runs, and not only get 1 is a little...
People say, it's only early. Yep. Look what the Yankees are doing.
6-1.
So what happened last year? They had identical records. Every game you piss away this time of year.
I don't know if they're 6-1 now. Did they play last night, the Yankees?
Yeah, they won.
Yeah, they're 7-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're 7-1 to the 4-4. Boston's off to a slow start, but you need to win the East.
Yeah.
You need to win the East if you want to go anywhere, I
Yep.
think. Because I don't like the wild card format.
No.
Could be trouble.
And by the way, it's not getting any easier because next we're going to LA to play the Dodgers. So it's not like it's going to be.
No, we're not.
No, it's in LA, isn't it?
No.
It's in Toronto.
Yes.
So we're going back home to play the Dodgers.
Yes.
I thought it was in LA.
No.
And we're going to have to face Yamamoto and Ohtani. So it's not going to get
I'm
easier.
not as worried about Ohtani. Yamamoto owns those Jays.
That'll be a loss, that game, for sure.
It's time to get your heads out of your butts, folks. I know it's early, but you've pissed away at least 3 wins, if not 4 that you've lost. Should have been wins.
And 3 of them,
You're playing the worst teams in baseball.
we think 3 of them were Brendan Little's fault.
You're playing the worst teams in baseball.
Yeah.
But I don't like the manager. The inability to manage the bullpen effectively, to me, is a glaring weakness. Always has been. One thing about good old, what's his name?
John Gibbons.
Yes, Gibby. I forgot. It left me. He could manage a bullpen,
He could.
and he was great at it. Schneider is not that.
No.
Anyway,
Next,
he's really good at dropping F-bombs. That's what I've learned.
yeah.
Gonna be a long season, folks.
Next thing
Team I love,
to talk about.
owned by a manager I don't like.
The team.
Owned.
Ne-
Run by a manager I don't like.
Next thing we're going to talk about, Leafs lost 7-6 yesterday in overtime to the Kings. So series went off. Leafs just lost yesterday 7-6 in overtime to the Kings. I can't say anything about the game because I didn't see it. But all I know
watched it.
is
It was 3-2 for the Leafs after 3. No, sorry. 4-3.
couldn't be after 3.
4-3 for the Leafs after 2. I'm a mess today. 4-3 for the Leafs after 2. 8 minutes in, it was 6-4 for the Kings. And Leafs came back and tied it. 6-6 went to overtime, and halfway through overtime, gave it up. Why are they collecting points? Like, what are you doing?
They got outshot 40-20, by the way.
That's pretty good for the Leafs.
Yeah.
Right? To be within 20 of their opposition, that's pretty good for the Leafs. So, I guess we've segued into the Leafs.
Yeah.
So,
continuing into the Leafs.
We're just going to play the clips, are we?
Not yet.
Okay.
Just wanted to give some background. So last week, the Blue Jays on Monday night, not the Blue Jays, what am I talking about? The Leafs on Monday night fired general manager Brad Treliving, kind of out of nowhere a little bit. They just went on the road trip. They were doing their California road trip. And just a late night Monday, before puck drop, I think it was like an hour and a half before puck drop against Anaheim, they fired Brad Treliving. And then on Tuesday or Wednesday, Keith Pelley, MLSE CEO Keith Pelley, spoke to the media regarding the firing of one Brad
I got to go from
Treliving.
Schneider to Pelley.
And
This is not a good
this
day.
is one of the. This has been coined by Brian Hayes said this, and Dangle's been saying this.
Coined? You're in Newfoundland, my son. Kind.
Oh, okay.
It's been kind by.
Has been kind by
Kind.
many people as one of the most disastrous press conferences they've ever seen when it comes to the Leafs. And there's a lot of them, but this one I think may be up there for one of them.
I haven't seen the press conference,
We have some audio clips we're going to play.
but based on the clips that I did hear and the commentary from Overdrive and Dangle and everyone else, the question is on our thumbnail, do you trust this man to fix the Leafs?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
All right, folks. We'll see you next week.
Anyway, so we have 4 audio clips. These are the only ones I could find. There were some other good ones, but I
noticed
couldn't
they're all
find
short,
them.
too.
They were all short.
Yeah.
There was another one there.
I'm being
that
funny.
was. Oh, what was a joke? I didn't get.
They're all over a minute long.
Oh no, yeah, they're not short. So the first one, Keith Pelley talks about the 3 key things you need to build a championship hockey
How would
team.
he know?
And
He's a commissioner of the
this is the
DP
king
World
of
Tour. How
this
would he know?
This is like the king of buzzwords. You'll understand now in a minute. So just
Funny you say that, because we have Mr. Bafflegab on the Blue
And Ross
Jays.
Atkins, yeah.
And now we have
Got Pelley.
even more Mr. Bafflegab, who just drops
and
buzzwords
Shapiro, yeah,
everywhere he goes. So what do you want to do? You want to play these, do you?
yeah,
Now?
yeah. First one.
I think vision is pretty simple. And I think vision is pretty simple for all 32 NHL teams and probably any team competing in professional sports. And that is to win. And that's the objective. So the vision is pretty simple.
How many million does he get for that?
The strategy is something that you can develop, but then you need to have the strategy aligned with everybody in the organization, and then the tactics come into play once you actually have somebody in charge of hockey operations. So it just all can't happen simultaneously. The number one goal right now is for us to move as quick as we possibly can into an exhaustive search to put somebody in place to run hockey operations who will be able to make those decisions in terms of the tactic strategies. But it's really vision, strategy, tactics. Then you have to have the right people in place throughout the organization, and then accountability and alignment are the key.
So
No. The last course I had to take before I got my degree in business was called strategy.
yeah,
That was a lecture from one of those classes. That's all that was. Read the textbook. He has the strategy. He has the vision, the strategy, and the executing the tactics. They're not actually called tactics, but that's all it is.
so there's three words: vision, strategy,
He has
tactics.
the theory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what he believes you need to run a championship team. Now, again, as you pointed out, how would he know? He ran the DP World Tour
And the Argonauts.
and the Argonauts briefly, and he was the head of Rogers for a brief period. So it's not like he knows a lot about hockey or how to run a hockey team. Plus, he's one guy, and he has to manage 4 teams in MLSE, plus their affiliates.
Do you have a clip about him talking about TFC? Or no?
I don't think I do.
Okay.
These are the only ones I could find.
Because he referenced TFC in that model.
And they're not good.
My question is, they haven't been relevant for how long?
They won the MLS Cup in I think 2018, and
Why don't you reference the 67 Leafs?
you might as well.
That worked.
There you
Anyhow,
go.
clip 1.
Yeah,
Done?
clip number 2.
Yeah.
As we move on here, is Keith Pelley talking about what the Leafs are looking for in their next general manager after being asked.
This isn't what I think it is it?
This is not AI. This is not about AI.
This is the one a hockey guy at the top and a data guy at GM.
Yeah, this is- so here we go.
Gordy. Okay.
I can tell you, right, because somebody asked me this internally, in terms of one of the keys to the candidate that you may be looking for, is they have to be data-centric. They have to really understand data and the importance of data and where data is moving. Right? We have just completed a complete rebuild of TFC, all using data combined with cultural checks. And that's what we will do, and that's every single decision that we will make will be evidence-based. Evidence-based decisions are never wrong, right? That's not to say that there's not room for the heart. That doesn't mean there's not room to check culture, but it's evidence-based. And so I can't tell you exactly what the structure will be. For those that know me, you know that I'm methodical in everything that I do from a structural perspective. So we will take time. I'll get more feedback from more hockey observers, but there's not a right and a wrong way for us to build a championship team.
Doesn't mean that there's not room for heart. One thing lacking on this team
Is heart.
And a data-centric GM. You had that.
In Dubas, yeah.
You had Dubas and you had Shanahan as the hockey guy up top. You had a data-centric nerd, and look what he built. He strapped his team with high-end contracts for 4 players, and we're still paying for it.
But I will say he was better at trades than Tree Living was. Tree Living's better at contracts, but Dubas was better at trades.
I don't know if Tree Living was good or bad. He was only here less than 2 years, I think.
Yeah.
But how do you improve the team when all your money is going to 3 or 4 players with all no trade clauses? How do you do that? I don't understand. But if we're going back to the Dubas model, woohoo!
Oh, didn't it work so well last time?
Woohoo!
It worked so well last time
Gotta
for
be
us.
data-centric. Okay. I know that one drives O-Dog crazy, but all the data and the AI and everything else.
Yeah.
Every team is data-centric now. Every single team. You don't need a nerd to be the GM, though. the skipping over the heart doesn't mean there's not room for some heart. That's a problem for me
Yeah.
because this team has none
None.
whatsoever. None. Anything else you want to say about that clip?
No, not really. The next clip is Keith Pelley talking about two things. He's talking about accountability and culture. Within
That'll be the third mention of culture.
within the Leafs. And then the last clip, just to kind of jump ahead to what it's going to be, he defines culture for the Leafs. So it's all about culture here. So
I
the
think
third clip,
your leader set culture. And when Austin Matthews and Willie Nylander are your leaders, I think the Leafs culture is aligned perfectly with those two because
yeah,
they
don't do anything.
don't seem to care.
They don't care.
Willie certainly doesn't seem to care.
Willie, no.
Are we talking about him at all? Because he said he's not in for a rebuild. He'd be in for a retool.
he said if he wants to stay here for a retool. However, the quote I believe was if it's a rebuild, it was like then it's a different story.
Yeah, well,
So
much as I like you, Willie, goodbye.
yeah.
I would love to see you gone as with
But then yesterday, I don't know if it was Friedman or somebody else said the only thing Pelley and Treliving agreed on was that it doesn't need to be rebuilt; it needs to be retooled. They don't need
I
to
don't know
tear
if
it
you
down.
have the clip, but I also heard that they mentioned that they have foundational pieces in place here.
I couldn't find that one,
and
but yeah,
if they
did.
have foundational pieces in place here, they're only referring to Matthews and Nylander,
Nylander.
maybe Riley, but
No, Riley's gone.
if those are the foundational pieces, isn't this going to be the same team going forward?
Yeah,
Okay. It needs to be a rebuild. They need to take the next 5 years and rebuild their farm system, all of their draft picks. They need to do it like the Canadians are doing it.
yeah,
It's time, folks. You're not retooling this.
yeah,
And what's the goal now? Actually, I heard one was to make the playoffs again.
yeah.
If making the playoffs is the goal, it's not the right culture.
No,
I think culture goes through an entire organization. And,
You think so?
You know, I
See?
don't
Needed
throw
strategy.
around the word accountability lightly.
No.
It's critical, and accountability means that every player holds each other accountable, and it's just like it is in business. And like I said, this is very, very similar to operating a business. You have to have a culture in place
It is
where you
operating
can
a
have
business.
courageous conversations with everybody in the organization. And the first reaction is not defensive. and I just think holistically how I've seen it.
Oh my God, there are a lot of buzzwords here.
The culture on the other
Threw
two teams
holistically in
currently
there,
right
too.
now is a little bit different than the Leafs.
You
But
think?
it's something that we have to address holistically. But I can't directly tell you
Who was
that
whispering
the
in his ear
culture
there? I don't
in the dressing room because I'm not in there enough.
Yeah, don't go in there. Don't start going in there. That's not going to help. Keith Pelley. This was not a good day for him.
no,
Not a good day. But I love his blue frames on his glasses.
yeah.
Real gamer. Anything on that one?
That was kind of just buzzwords, man.
That was bad.
It's just
That was really bad. That was really bad. You want to change the culture, you got to get rid of the people that have created the culture, and those are the Matthews and the Nylanders and the Rileys and Tavares to some degree, although he's on a pretty friendly contract.
yeah.
That's how you change the culture.
And he still wins faceoffs.
How can you possibly not see that? Doesn't
Yeah.
the injury that Gudas did to
Matthews?
doesn't that like totally expose
The culture?
what's been built here?
Yeah.
It's just totally silly. Although Easton Cowan is playing like a tough guy now.
Speaking of culture,
Yeah.
the final clip for the day
Okay.
is him defining culture.
Well, that's good. Right before the
And
exam, we're going to go over the definition of culture one more
Defining
time.
culture for the Leafs and he does actually, before we get into this, he does at one point here briefly reference the Blue Jays and their culture from last year. So just get into that. You'll see that in a minute when we play it.
Okay.
I think culture is as simple as you wake up in the morning and you're really excited to go to work. You know that the people that you
If the
work
money's right,
with,
I'm excited.
you can have any type of conversation with them. You have more laughs than you are sad. There are so many different ways to identify culture. And as I said, you can't necessarily manufacture it, but you can put the pillars in place
Pillars.
so that it happens organically.
Organically.
And that's exactly what has happened.
Boy, he is hitting them
You
all
saw
on the
it
bingo card.
last year with the Blue Jays.
Buzzword bingo.
They had all the pillars
He's
in
mentioned the Blue
place.
Jays.
You know, the pillars of being able to have open conversations, the pillars of having accountability, the pillars of having a team ethos, what you stand for, what you believe for, what wearing that Toronto Maple Leaf jersey means. All of that leads to it, right? Leads to the culture. Some of the things that happened this year shouldn't happen in the Leafs culture, and it won't going forward.
Okay. Good to know.
So he does mention the Blue Jays there and how they had a pretty open culture and their team was, always willing to have open conversations with each other and from last year. And that's why they were so good and they were connected and, everybody kind of was on the same page.
The Leafs culture is money.
Yeah.
And it starts at the board level. They are all about the jerseys, the ticket sales, the $15 hot dogs, the $25 beers, because the bottom line is what drives this organization. And that follows right down into the players who, instead of taking reasonable contracts, sucked every dime they could out of this organization, hamstrung them for years. There's your culture.
And I think
More.
just like the only reason that MLSE cares now is because the ticket sales are down and the team sucks and they're not getting as many jerseys sold.
Well, I think they said every playoff game was a $10 million profit.
And that's
for them.
before, that's not even counting everything. That's just to get in.
Yeah, well.
$10 million gate.
So I'm going to end with this for me.
Okay.
Do you trust Keith Pelley to fix the Toronto Maple
That
Leafs?
is a hard no.
Hard no?
Hard no.
Do I have yes, no,
yeah,
maybe?
yeah, hard no.
Nope, no.
There is a hard no.
I know. So, Fill time. Trying to find it. Can't find it. Nope. I don't see it. I got right. I got wrong. Not a chance. There you go.
Nope, not a chance. No way.
I got to organize the board better. Not a chance. This is not good for the Leafs, I don't think.
What did you said to me that when we were listening to some of the Overdrive clips, Keith Pelley is just kind of a fancy boy to be in there. He's just kind of a suit that he's just all about, getting himself.
I don't know how you go from Rogers Sportsnet, then the DP World Tour, I think, or did you go to the CFL first? The CFL, and now the boss of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Not even Toronto Maple Leafs. Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. It doesn't.
Which is 4 different teams in one, yeah.
But if you're hell bent on a hockey person and a data centric guy, I don't like where that's going. But I will throw two names out to you: Chris Pronger, and below him, and it's never going to happen, Mark Hunter. That guy never misses.
He does really well with the Knights, yeah.
He never misses.
He did.
He's a hockey guy. He understands the game, and people love him.
They do
Right?
love him.
They want to play for him, but you got to have this hockey guy above him, Chris Pronger.
Yeah.
Because I tell you, if Chris Pronger was there when that good-ass thing went down, he would have gone on the ice.
Yeah, it's true.
And he would have beaten up every single Leaf and showed them how it's supposed to happen. If that wasn't the defining moment of the Toronto Maple Leafs, you're not changing that culture.
The knock I heard on Pronger, not that I agree, but what I did hear some people say about Pronger is that they don't know how much experience he has in a front office role.
None.
Because he's like Shanahan. He worked in player safety for a bit, and then.
But this is why. Do you need that?
I mean, you'd like to have some experience, wouldn't you?
I guess, but no front office experience. This is why you put me there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
before.
Okay.
I wanted to read something from last night.
Last night.
Elliot Freeman on the Saturday headlines on the panel during the game said this. So following Keith Pelley's press conference earlier in the week and some of the fallout over the last few days, apparently there was a post-firing Zoom call within the organization from Keith Pelley. And he said the expectation is, quote, major change is still expected in the Leafs organization. They acknowledge that not using their resources to the fullest capacity and want to make that a point going forward. As of Saturday night, the Maple Leafs have not yet asked permission to speak to candidates in the search for a GM. it doesn't seem like the timing is right for the Maple Leafs and Doug Armstrong, which of course is the Blues GM who's going to be the president after this year. However, one name expected to be mentioned is Panthers assistant GM Sonny Mehta, or Sonny Mehta. I don't know how to say his name, but he's one that's expected to be interviewed. And the reason that that's important is because, from what I've heard, he's a pretty much like a Dubas nerd kind of guy, which is what they want. It sounds like.
As long as you come in, the first thing you do is you get me a bunch of draft picks for Austin Matthews and Willie Nylander, and we rebuild his team. That's what needs to be done.
Yeah.
You are not going forward with Austin Matthews and Willie Nylander. If you think you are, we're going to be here just like last year, the year before, the year before, the year before, the year before that. Let's go back to Kessel and Phaneuf. It's just as good.
If the foundational pieces are there, which apparently according to Keith Pelley they are.
Yeah, show me. What's your foundational
then
piece?
I guess it's going to be the
Benoit?
same as Shanahan.
Right. Stetcher? Max Domi's your foundational piece? No, it's Austin Matthews and Willie Nylander.
Is this like the equivalent of what Shanahan said for so long about we're keeping the core, we're keeping the core, we're keeping the core?
It was kind of scattered in there. If you say we have foundational pieces, unless you're talking about Matthews and Nylander, who the heck are you talking about? Who else on that team is a foundational piece? The captain, who should never have been made captain, and Willie Nylander, who now more than ever has no interest in playing.
And there's one question.
Yep.
Do you think Berube is next to go?
I can't imagine why they're keeping him around.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to do that, let him go. Now, he did reference he's going to have the next GM was going to make that decision. So if it's Doug Armstrong, he had Berube in St. Louis.
But he also fired
You know what he
Berube.
also did?
He also
fired
fired
him,
Berube
so
in St. Louis, yeah.
I don't know. Why don't you wait to see what kind of team you have before you decide what coach you're going to go with?
Yeah.
Because Berube is a specific type of coach, and the guys that are in front of him aren't his kind of players.
Doesn't fit right now. No.
So, doesn't fit at all.
So thank you for listening and watching this episode of 10 Minutes with Andrew. Find us on YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment.
27 minutes.
Back next week with the next episode.
Okay, then we'll see you then.
See you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and turn on notifications to be notified when we upload new content. You can also connect with us at andrewchansey.com.